Welcome to today's journey through the extraordinary life of one of Hollywood's most iconic legends, Vivien Leigh. From her captivating performances in Gone with the Wind and A Streetcar Named Desire to her tumultuous personal life filled with passion, love, and resilience, Vivien's story is one of triumph and tragedy. Join us as we uncover the brilliance of her career, the complexities of her relationships, and the struggles she faced behind the scenes. This is the tale of a woman whose legacy continues to inspire generations. Vivien Mary Hartley, widely recognized as Vivien Leigh, was born on November 5, 1913, in Darjeeling, India, during the British colonial period. Her father, Ernest Hartley, served as a British officer in the Indian Cavalry, and her mother, Gertrude Mary Frances, was of Irish descent. Vivien's early childhood in the scenic Himalayan foothills was imbued with the vibrant culture and natural beauty of India. This environment fostered her imaginative spirit and artistic inclinations, which would later become defining elements of her personality and career. As a young girl, Vivien displayed an early aptitude for storytelling and a keen interest in the arts, often inspired by the colorful surroundings and diverse cultural traditions she observed in India. Her parents encouraged her curiosity and learning, exposing her to literature and music. At a young age, she learned multiple languages, including English, French, and Hindustani, reflecting her exposure to the multicultural environment of colonial India. When Vivien was 6 years old, her family relocated to England, a move driven by her parents' desire to provide her with a formal British education. The transition marked a significant cultural shift for Vivien, as she traded the vibrant, free-spirited life of India for the structured and reserved society of England. She was enrolled in the convent of the Sacred Heart in Roehampton, an elite Catholic boarding school for girls. The disciplined environment and rigorous education at the convent instilled a sense of poise and determination in Vivien, qualities that would serve her well throughout her life. During her time at the convent, Vivien excelled academically and discovered her love for the performing arts. She participated enthusiastically in school plays, where her natural talent for acting began to shine. Her teachers noted her ability to captivate an audience with her expressive performances, a talent that hinted at her future success. She also developed a deep appreciation for literature, particularly the works of Shakespeare and classic European authors, which later influenced her choice of roles on stage and screen. Vivien's fascination with drama grew as she entered her teenage years. She was inspired by renowned actresses of the time, including her future idol, Greta Garbo. This admiration for theatrical excellence fueled her ambition to pursue acting as a career, even though such aspirations were unconventional for women of her background and social standing during that era. Her parents, while supportive of her interests, emphasized the importance of balancing her artistic pursuits with a proper education. By the time Vivien reached adulthood, her early experiences in India and England had shaped her into a determined, charismatic young woman with a unique blend of cultural influences. These formative years laid the foundation for her remarkable journey in the world of theater and film, where she would ultimately achieve legendary status as one of the greatest actresses of all time. Vivien Leigh was born into a relatively affluent and cultured family, which played a significant role in shaping her early years and supporting her creative endeavors. Her father, Ernest Richard Hartley, was a British officer in the Indian Cavalry, a profession that brought both prestige and a life of mobility. His military career allowed Vivien to experience a cosmopolitan childhood, particularly during their time in India. Ernest was described as a disciplined yet affectionate father who valued education and cultural refinement. His adventurous spirit and love for literature greatly influenced Vivien's intellectual development. Her mother, Gertrude Mary Frances, née Yakji, was of Irish descent and played a pivotal role in nurturing Vivien's artistic sensibilities. Gertrude was an intelligent and cultured woman with a deep appreciation for music, literature, and the arts. She was also a firm believer in the importance of education, particularly for young women, which led her to enroll Vivien in the prestigious Convent of the Sacred Heart in Roehampton. Vivien's relationship with her mother was close. Gertrude was not only a source of emotional support, but also an advocate for Vivien's creative aspirations, even as they conflicted with societal expectations of the time. Vivien was an only child, which may have contributed to her independent and introspective nature. Without siblings to share her childhood experiences, she developed a strong sense of individuality and self-reliance. Her parents' attention was often focused solely on her, allowing her to grow up in an environment that encouraged personal exploration and ambition. The Hartleys led a lifestyle that reflected their colonial roots and social standing, with a blend of British traditions and Indian influences. This bicultural upbringing introduced Vivien to diverse cultural experiences, from Indian festivals and vibrant landscapes to the structured, Victorian values upheld by her family. The duality of her early environment likely played a role in her later ability to navigate the contrasting worlds of British theater and Hollywood cinema. Although Vivien's parents provided a stable and loving foundation during her childhood, their differing outlooks on her acting career created tension as she grew older. Ernest, while supportive of her education, was initially skeptical about her decision to pursue acting professionally. Conversely, Gertrude encouraged Vivien's aspirations, recognizing her daughter's extraordinary talent and determination. Despite these occasional familial tensions, Vivien maintained a deep respect and love for her parents throughout her life. Her father's sense of duty and her mother's artistic sensibilities remained enduring influences, shaping not only her career choices but also her personal resilience and creative passion. Vivien Leigh's career was a remarkable blend of critical acclaim, iconic roles, and unrelenting determination, solidifying her legacy as one of the most celebrated actresses in cinematic and theatrical history. Vivien's journey in acting began with her enrollment at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA, in London in 1931. Although she left RADA after 1 year to marry Herbert Lee Holman, her passion for acting remained undiminished. Her first significant breakthrough came with her stage performance in The Mask of Virtue, 1935. Critics and audiences alike were captivated by her striking beauty and natural talent, with many predicting a bright future for the young actress. Around this time, Vivien also began appearing in British films, such as Things Are Looking Up, 1935, Look Up and Laugh, 1935, and Fire Over England, 1937, the latter of which paired her with Laurence Olivier, sparking both professional chemistry and a personal relationship that would define much of her life and career. Vivien's career-defining moment came when she was cast as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind, 1939, after an exhaustive casting process led by producer David O. Selznick. Her determination to secure the role paid off when her audition stunned Selznick, who famously remarked that she was the Scarlett I've been looking for. Despite initial skepticism about casting a British actress as the quintessential Southern belle, Vivien's portrayal was universally praised. Her performance was a tour de force, capturing Scarlett's fiery determination, charm, and vulnerability. The film, a monumental success, became a cultural phenomenon and earned Vivien her first Academy Award for Best Actress. To this day, her portrayal of Scarlett O'Hara is regarded as one of the greatest performances in cinema history. Following her meteoric rise to stardom, Vivien continued to work in both film and theater, demonstrating a commitment to challenging roles. Notable films during this period include Waterloo Bridge, 1940, That Hamilton Woman, 1941, and Anna Karenina, 1948, in which she portrayed another complex and tragic heroine. Her theatrical career flourished as well, often in collaboration with Laurence Olivier. Together, they performed in celebrated productions such as Antony and Cleopatra and Macbeth. Vivien's dedication to the stage earned her critical acclaim, with many reviewers praising her ability to command attention and bring depth to Shakespearean roles. In 1951, Vivien delivered another career-defining performance as Blanche Dubois in the film adaptation of Tennessee Williams's A Streetcar Named Desire. Directed by Elia Kazan and co-starring Marlon Brando, the film was a critical and commercial success. Vivien's portrayal of Blanche, a woman teetering on the edge of sanity, was hauntingly realistic, likely drawing from her own struggles with mental health. Her performance earned her a second Academy Award for Best Actress, making her one of the few actresses to win multiple Oscars by that time. Williams himself praised her performance, stating, "She brought my Blanche to life in a way I could never have imagined." Despite her immense talent, Vivien's career faced challenges due to her ongoing battle with bipolar disorder and recurring health issues, including tuberculosis. However, she continued to work with remarkable resilience. Notable later films include The Deep Blue Sea, 1955, The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone, 1961, and Ship of Fools, 1965, where her performances showcased her ability to bring emotional depth to aging and complex characters. Her final significant stage appearance was in Tovarich, 1963, a comedic musical that earned her a Tony Award for Best Actress in a Musical. This recognition highlighted her versatility and enduring talent, even as health issues began to take a toll on her ability to maintain a demanding schedule. Vivien Leigh's life, as much as it was marked by brilliance on screen and stage, was equally shadowed by controversies and scandals that drew relentless public and media scrutiny. Her tumultuous personal life, exacerbated by her struggle with bipolar disorder, made her a figure of fascination, often overshadowing her immense talent. One of the most significant early scandals in Vivien's life was her passionate affair with Laurence Olivier. The two met in 1937 while working on Fire Over England. Both were married at the time, Vivien to barrister Herbert Lee Holman and Olivier to actress Jill Esmond. Their intense chemistry was undeniable, and their affair quickly became an open secret in theater and film circles. Their relationship caused a stir in British society, where infidelity, especially among public figures, was heavily frowned upon. Despite the disapproval, Vivien and Olivier divorced their respective spouses and married in 1940. Although their union was celebrated as a pairing of extraordinary talents, the scandalous origins of their relationship remained a point of gossip for years. As Vivien's career soared, so did her struggles with bipolar disorder, which manifested in mood swings and erratic behavior. Her manic episodes often included impulsive decisions and reckless behavior, such as engaging in public outbursts or sudden displays of hypersexuality. One of the most notable examples of this behavior was during her marriage to Olivier, when her heightened libido, a symptom of her manic phases, led her to engage in extramarital affairs. Her infidelity, though discreet at times, became a subject of speculation and gossip. The press frequently reported on her uncontrollable desires, sensationalizing her personal struggles. One of the most infamous affairs in Vivien's life was her relationship with Australian actor Peter Finch. The two met in 1953 while filming Elephant Walk in Ceylon, now Sri Lanka. Finch, married at the time, was captivated by Vivien's charm and beauty. Their passionate affair became the talk of Hollywood, further straining her already fragile marriage to Olivier. The intense media attention surrounding their relationship contributed to Vivien's deteriorating mental health. During the filming of Elephant Walk, she suffered a nervous breakdown, which led to her being replaced by Elizabeth Taylor. The incident marked a turning point in her career as producers became increasingly wary of casting her in major roles due to concerns about her reliability. Vivien's mental health struggles often played out in public, adding to her scandalous reputation. During her manic episodes, she would sometimes lash out at co-stars, directors, or even strangers. These outbursts, coupled with her erratic behavior on set, created tension in her professional relationships. Rumors of her affairs and unpredictable conduct circulated widely in Hollywood and London theater circles. Tabloid headlines often focused on her personal life rather than her artistic achievements, painting a sensationalized portrait of a woman unable to control her impulses. The cumulative effect of these scandals took a toll on Vivien's career. While she remained a sought-after actress, particularly in theater, film producers grew increasingly hesitant to cast her in leading roles. Her affair with Peter Finch and her public breakdown during Elephant Walk were particularly damaging, reinforcing the perception that she was too unstable for the demands of Hollywood. Despite the challenges, Vivien remained committed to her craft, often channeling her personal struggles into her performances. Her portrayal of Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire, for instance, was lauded for its raw authenticity, in part because it mirrored her own battles with mental health. Vivien Leigh's marriages were marked by love, ambition, and intense personal challenges, reflecting both the heights of her career and the emotional turmoil of her private life. Her two marriages to Herbert Lee Holman and Laurence Olivier were vastly different in nature but equally pivotal in shaping her journey as an actress and a person. At the age of 19, Vivien Leigh married Herbert Lee Holman, a barrister 13 years her senior, in December 1932. Holman, a conservative and reserved man, disapproved of Vivien's ambitions to pursue acting, believing it to be an unsuitable profession for a wife. Despite his objections, Vivien remained committed to her artistic aspirations. The early years of their marriage appeared stable, and the couple welcomed their only child, Suzanne, in October 1933. However, Vivien's growing passion for the theater and film gradually created a divide between them. Holman, who valued a quiet, traditional family life, found it difficult to reconcile with Vivien's dynamic and ambitious nature. By the mid-1930s, as Vivien began to gain recognition for her stage performances and film roles, the cracks in their marriage deepened. Her introduction to Laurence Olivier, with whom she shared a powerful personal and professional chemistry, marked the beginning of the end of her marriage to Holman. In 1940, after years of estrangement, the couple divorced, allowing Vivien to marry Olivier. Vivien's marriage to Laurence Olivier remains one of the most celebrated and scrutinized partnerships in the history of entertainment. The two met in 1937 while filming Fire Over England, and their on-screen chemistry mirrored the intense passion that quickly developed off-screen. Both were married at the time, adding an element of scandal to their relationship. After divorcing their respective spouses, Vivien and Olivier married on August 31, 1940, in a private ceremony in Santa Barbara, California. Their union was heralded as a meeting of equals, with both regarded as among the finest actors of their generation. The press frequently referred to them as the Oliviers, cementing their status as a power couple in the world of theater and film. The early years of their marriage were marked by mutual admiration and professional collaboration. Together, they starred in acclaimed productions such as That Hamilton Woman, 1941, and numerous Shakespearean plays, including Antony and Cleopatra and Macbeth. Their performances often drew rave reviews, with critics praising their undeniable chemistry on stage. However, the pressures of maintaining their status as a celebrated couple began to strain their relationship. Olivier's career, particularly in theater, demanded extensive travel and rigorous schedules. Meanwhile, Vivien's mental health struggles, including her battle with bipolar disorder, created additional challenges. Her mood swings and erratic behavior, coupled with her intense attachment to Olivier, put a strain on their personal lives. Vivien's heightened libido, a symptom of her bipolar disorder, and Olivier's growing focus on his own career further complicated their marriage. Vivien's affair with actor Peter Finch in the early 1950s was a particularly painful episode for Olivier, as Finch had been both a friend and a protégé. Despite their love and shared history, their marriage began to unravel by the late 1950s. Olivier described this period as deeply stressful, feeling increasingly helpless in supporting Vivien through her mental health challenges. Their arguments became more frequent and public, with friends and colleagues noting the growing tension between them. By 1960, the couple made the difficult decision to divorce. The end of their marriage marked not only the dissolution of one of Hollywood's most iconic unions, but also a turning point in Vivien's personal and professional life. Olivier later remarried actress Joan Plowright, while Vivien found companionship with actor Jack Marivaux. Vivien Leigh's relationships outside her marriages were as complex and layered as her personal and professional life. These connections, often fueled by her emotional intensity and struggles with bipolar disorder, were marked by passion, turbulence, and at times, solace. After her divorce from Olivier in 1960, Vivien found stability in her relationship with Jack Marivaux, an actor who became a crucial source of support during the final years of her life. Unlike her previous relationships, which were often marked by fiery passion and conflict, her bond with Marivaux was more grounded and nurturing. Marivaux was fully aware of Vivien's struggles with bipolar disorder and provided a calming, supportive presence. He managed her manic episodes with patience and ensured she had the care she needed during periods of depression. Their relationship lacked the public allure and intensity of her marriage to Olivier, but brought Vivien a sense of peace and companionship in her declining years. Vivien's heightened libido during manic episodes, a symptom of her bipolar disorder, led to several rumored affairs throughout her life. These relationships were often fleeting and driven by her emotional state during manic phases. While many details remain speculative, these encounters became fodder for tabloid headlines, painting Vivien as a scandalous figure in the public eye. Despite the gossip and public scrutiny, Vivien was deeply private about her personal life. She rarely addressed these rumors, choosing instead to focus on her work. However, her erratic behavior and emotional vulnerability made her personal struggles a topic of fascination for both the press and the public. Vivien Leigh's death on July 7, 1967, marked the poignant end of a life that had been as extraordinary as it was tumultuous. Her passing, attributed to complications from tuberculosis, was a culmination of years of health struggles that she had faced with remarkable resilience. In the years leading up to her death, Vivien battled recurring bouts of tuberculosis, a condition she had been diagnosed with in the 1940s. Despite periods of remission, the disease returned with greater severity in the 1960s. At the same time, she continued to contend with bipolar disorder, which exacerbated her physical and emotional challenges. Her determination to work despite her fragile health was a testament to her passion for the arts. One of her final and most memorable film roles was in Ship of Fools, 1965, where she portrayed Mary Treadwell, a character grappling with aging and loneliness, themes that mirrored her own life. Critics praised her ability to convey raw vulnerability, a hallmark of her acting prowess. On stage, Vivien remained active, taking on demanding roles in productions such as Tovarek, 1963, for which she won a Tony Award for Best Actress in a musical. However, the grueling 8-performance-a-week schedule took a toll on her already fragile health. By 1967, Vivien's health had deteriorated significantly. The tuberculosis, which had been in remission, returned with devastating force, leaving her bedridden for months. Despite her declining condition, Vivien maintained her characteristic grace and determination. Friends and colleagues noted her efforts to remain engaged and optimistic, even as her physical strength waned. Her partner, Jack Merivale, was a constant source of support during this time. He cared for her with unwavering devotion, managing her medical needs and providing emotional comfort. Unlike many of her earlier relationships, which were marked by intensity and conflict, her bond with Merivale offered a sense of stability and peace. On the evening of July 7, 1967, Vivien Leigh was preparing to attend a dinner party with Merivale. She had spent much of the day resting and appeared to be in relatively good spirits. Tragically, she suffered a sudden relapse of her illness that evening. Merivale discovered her lifeless body in their London apartment, where she had succumbed to a severe pulmonary hemorrhage caused by tuberculosis. She was just 53 years old. Vivien's death shocked the entertainment world and her many admirers. While her declining health had been public knowledge, the suddenness of her passing left many mourning the loss of a woman whose talent and charisma had captivated audiences around the globe. Vivien Leigh's funeral was held at St. Mary's Church in Kensington, London, attended by close friends, family, and colleagues from the theater and film industries. Her ashes were later scattered on the pond at her home in East Sussex, reflecting her lifelong connection to nature and tranquility. In the decades following her death, Vivien's legacy has only grown. She is remembered not only for her iconic performances in films such as Gone with the Wind and A Streetcar Named Desire, but also for her unyielding dedication to her craft in the face of immense personal struggles. Vivien Leigh's life was a testament to the beauty and fragility of human ambition. She dazzled audiences with her unparalleled talent and faced her personal battles with courage. Though her journey ended too soon, her impact on cinema and theater remains timeless. Thank you for joining us as we celebrated the life of a true icon. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring tales of legendary figures. Until next time, keep celebrating the stars who have shaped our world.